Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. And had bought a couple new things recently, not a whole lot, so it's not a very long video, but thought I like showcasing every time I buy a couple things or get something. This case, some albums. I got 3 on vinyl and 1 on CD. Before I go to that, I just wanted to mention, of course, I learned this morning, Hulk Hogan passed away, age 71. And man, what a huge blow I think it is to the wrestling community, and very sad about it because when I was a little kid and I first started watching wrestling, it was because of Hulk Hogan. And I distinctly remember that image of him picking up Andre the Giant and slamming him and just being like so blown away, but like, how the heck are you able to pick up a guy that big and slam him? That was, to me, still one of the most amazing moments in wrestling history. I still watch that matchup at WrestleMania 3, that main event, and I still marvel every time. I still get goosebumps every time he picks him up, slam him. It's just a great moment. I think it's a great match, even though it's obviously got some issues with Andre Giant, couldn't move very well and all that, but just also two huge icons of the business going at each other. It's incredible. But anyways, ever since I saw him there, man, I was a Hulkamaniac. I wasn't watching wrestling on regular at that time, but I remember watching, like, there used to be like a cartoon series starring Hulk Hogan I used to watch as a kid. And of course, when I really started getting to watching wrestling in '97, I was watching both WWF and WCW on Monday nights, and Hulk Hogan was a villain, part of the NWO on WCW, and so I watched him there be a heel. But when he turned back into face, I was so excited because, I don't know, to me, wrestling isn't what it is without him. He made such a huge dent in wrestling that it could never be done again. I mean, I don't think anybody's made as contribution to the business as Hulk Hogan did in the '80s when he Hulkamania, and he won the world title from the Iron Sheik and had like 3 straight years of the heavyweight title. No one could beat him. He was unstoppable. Headlined, at least the first 4 or 5 WrestleManias. I mean, it's what he did. It just, I don't think it could ever be repeated. He really made, like I said, wrestling a popular thing today. And I still watch wrestling today, and I give a lot of that to Hulk Hogan. So, man, sad death to hear about him. Very sudden. I wasn't expecting that at all. And hear that, and look forward to watching a lot of videos on Hulk Hogan the next week. Anyway, so I just had to mention that, how much that does take effect on me as a big wrestling fan and a big fan of Hulk Hogan. But I know that's not why we're here. We're here to, I'm going to showcase some 4 albums that I got recently. First one I want to showcase is Times. I guess they call it Times, though it's a big X, of course. This is an album from Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, of course, has all these albums with numerical names. Like his first album was called Plus. Then I don't know if this is his second or third album, but I know he has this, Times, he has Divide, he has Equals, and then Minus was the last album he came out. So he has 5 albums with the very unique setting anyways. And yeah, I got Plus already, and I have Equals on vinyl actually. So I think I have 2 of his albums already, and I have like kind of a greatest hits album of all 5 albums, kind of a greatest hits, taking best songs of those 5 albums basically. So yeah, so this was given to me actually by Mike from Did You See That? This came in the mail just yesterday. Thanks so much to Mike. This was his birthday present to me. I'm a Patreon on his channel, so he's nice enough to usually gives me a birthday present and a Christmas present every year. So I've got a lot of either CDs or DVDs or Blu-rays from him, which I very much appreciate. Appreciate him getting me this because he asked me what I wanted, and I said, I don't have this from Ed Sheeran, and I want to get some more from Ed Sheeran. So yeah, I was glad he was able to get this to me, and can't thank him enough how great of a guy Mike is and how much he's helped me out through my difficult times here in the last year or so, and been such a good friend. Anyways, and so yeah, I also want to shout out my new intro that I have now, my video. That was made by Mike. He put that together for no reason, just to be nice to me and just be like, I put together this intro, you know, what do you think? And I said, yeah, I love it. Anyway, so now I'm using that intro in my video, so it's great. I love having a cool intro like that. It's great. It's something I don't know how to put together, but Mike just does it because he's a nice guy and really good friend. Anyway, so thank you so much for all that, Mike. And yeah, I really like this album. Plus, I really like this one. It's Hard Divide has also got some good stuff. Equals is a really good album too. I really like that one. Minus, I didn't like so much, but um, it's got a couple of huge hits. The biggest one is Thinking Out Loud was a humongous hit off this album, all over the radio. One of my favorite Ed Sheeran songs, and I believe it won a Grammy for like best song or best record of the year. So definitely was huge all the way around. That's definitely a big one on here. I need to listen again because I don't remember all the songs here, but Photograph is really good as well. And those are the two I remember the best out of this album. But I remember really liking it. It's probably either my favorite or second favorites. This and Plus I really like. I think the most out of the two anyway. So yeah. So excited to listen to this and get back into it's more Ed Sheeran. So thank you a lot, Mike, for this one. All right, so a couple days ago, I was at Walmart, and I don't know. I was looking at uh, what vinyl they have. I check it out every once in a while, see if anything piques my interest. Wasn't expecting to really buy anything, but I bought two albums that I saw, and I was like, I would like to have this in my collection, and they weren't too expensive. So first one I'm going to showcase is Sports by Huey Lewis and the News. This is my favorite album from Huey Lewis and the News. I really like Huey Lewis and the News. I quite like their music. I have a great hits on CD, and I have the Back to the Future soundtrack as well. That's where I first came. And of course, as a kid watching Back to the Future, I first was aware of Huey Lewis and News through the two really incredible songs on there, Back in Time and what's the other one? The Power of Love. Really great songs. Love his voice. I love their use of like horns and instruments like that. It's just really great 80s pop music. Anyways, and so I've listened to some of his albums. I really like this one. Picture This, I think, is another one that I like quite a bit. And then what Four is another one that he has that's kind of one of his big albums. I think this is probably considered their biggest album, I'm sure. So I'm glad to get a Huey Lewis and the News album. Definitely want to get some of his material, and definitely want to do a deep dive on him at some point because I really do like his music, and I feel like he doesn't get enough love. I feel like, in fact, I've heard people say they don't like his music and they don't think he's good at all, and I'm like, no, he's really good. He sounds great. It's some really catchy pop music, and I do love this. It looks like they're at Cheers or something like that, Cheers bar. I do love the cover. Overall, of course, sports like they're a sports bar. But yeah, it's got some actually pretty huge hits on here by them. The Heart of Rock and Roll, really great song. Heart and Soul, I Want a New Drug, all big hit songs on the radio. I really like Walking on Thin Line, a really good song. If This Is It is my favorite song on the album. Probably my favorite song of theirs. Maybe, Power of Love might be my favorite song. That's really good as well. But If This Is It, man, is that so catchy. Absolutely love that song. So there's like four pretty big hits on here, and the deep cuts are pretty good too. Definitely want to check out. And of course, if you get albums at Walmart, you get the special colored disc, which is what I like about Walmart and getting stuff from them. This one is green, very green, kind of like a Kermit the Frog green or something record. So yeah, not my favorite necessarily color, but I always love getting these colored discs. So yeah, that's Sports by Huey Lewis and the News. Put this back together. All right, next two albums are by the same artist, and I don't know why they both are at Walmart. First one I picked up along with Sports. The other album I just picked up today. I was at Walmart again today, just grocery shopping, and I went by there again. And this other album came by the same artist, and I was like, I don't know. I just got this inkling to get more of this artist. And so the first album I got was Unorthodox Jukebox. Of course, the artist is Bruno Mars. So the two albums I got are by Bruno Mars. And this is interesting because we just reviewed this album actually on my channel in the Album Exchange, which is a live stream that I did just this last week. That was part 2 of our live stream I do with Adam from What the Gym and Jacob from Jacob Martin. And we review 6 albums, 2 parts, 3 on one, 3 on the other. And because we have 6 members in our group that we all recommend an album. This album was requested or was put on the album exchange by Briar from Briar's Music Showcase. Anyway, so yeah, and Bruno Mars is, like I said, one of those artists like I admire quite a bit. I think he's really talented. He's got some really good songs. I haven't delved too much into his stuff, but from what I've heard, I really enjoy. And I think he only has like 3 solo albums out, so he hasn't done a lot, so it's kind of easy to catch up with his music. But anyway, so we reviewed this album. I liked it. I gave it like an 8.5 out of 10, so it wasn't like I didn't love it, because there were some songs I didn't like. Out of the 10 songs, though, there's like 6 or 7 really good songs on here. There's like, yeah, I'd say there's probably like 4 songs I didn't care for. So it was like 6 really good ones, 4 I didn't care about. Gorilla was a horrible song. That's just the only one that I really just don't like to listen to, unfortunately. And why I almost wanted to give it a 9 out of 10, but I couldn't quite give it because of Gorilla. It was so bad. But it's got 3 major hits on it that I really like, that I remember being on the radio. Locked Out of Heaven is my favorite song on the album. Might be my favorite Bruno Mars song. That's such a catchy song. I love the guitar and bass on there. And the chorus is so good. Treasure is another really great song. That was a hit on the radio. And then When I Was Your Man, also a great kind of piano ballad. A little bit different than his other stuff. But man, his voice is so good. I really love his voice. And I said he kind of has almost this retro feel in his music. Feels like an album that could have came out like in the 80s for the most part. And he sounds a lot like Michael Jackson to me. Like he has this very Michael Jackson style to him that I really like. I think, yeah, just incredible singer. And I don't know, yeah, his music, for the most part, I'm really enjoying his big hits and stuff. Young Girls is such a good song. It opens the album. One of my favorite songs on the album, Young Girls, is amazing. Moonshine's good, and If I Knew, the closer, was pretty good too. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff here. Enough that when I saw it at Walmart, I was like, hey, well, it's funny. We just reviewed the album. I just happened to see it at Walmart. Like, why is it on Walmart? I don't know. Walmart's starting to show Bruno Mars albums for some reason. And pretty cool color. This is like a really, man, bright color. Really shoots out. Like kind of was a pinkish, I'd almost say it's kind of pinkish reddish type color. Pretty cool. Really stands out. Again, love the colored albums that I get from Walmart. So that's why I always look for stuff. And it wasn't too expensive. It was only like 23 bucks. Which is a pretty good price for like new albums, because a lot of them go for 30 to 40 bucks a piece. And so today I saw this album, and so I don't know, I bought it on a whim. And this is Bruno Mars' first album, Doo-Wops and Hooligans. So I got his first 2 albums. The third album, 24 Karat, I believe, 24 Karat Gold or something like that, is his third album, which is the album that won Grammy Album of the Year. That's the only one I don't have. So if I go by Walmart and see that album, I'm gonna have to get it, because I'm gonna have to get the whole trilogy, because I got 2 albums now of his. I don't know. I saw it. I was like, oh, I already bought one Bruno Mars album. I heard this album's pretty good too. I think Adam from What the Gym said this is his favorite Bruno Mars album, and it's got some really good songs on it that I know. So I thought, I might as well check this one out too. While I have the other one, might as well grab this one too. But it has huge songs like Grenade, Just the Way You Are, which is a really great song, Just the Way You Are. Yeah, my favorite song is Marry You, and that's my favorite Bruno Mars songs. I remember now. Marry You is so catchy, and it had that really famous viral video of a guy proposing to his girlfriend to the song Marry You. That's when I first heard the song. I was like, man, this song's so good. And I can't get enough of that. So yeah, so 3 pretty big songs on here. Like I said, all 3 albums I think have like huge hits on them. So they're worth getting just for that, I think. So we'll see how the other songs go. If this is as good as the other album, it remains to be seen. But still, I don't know. I guess a bit on a Bruno Mars kick now. Got 2 albums from him. And this color, we got kind of a green instead of a dark green like the other one I got. This is very like neon, almost yellowish green. Again, really pops. I think these 2 albums, the Unorthodox Jukebox and Doo-Wops and Hooligans. Pretty cool album. Colors there, anyways, and I like the album covers too, are pretty good too. Anyway, so those are the 4 albums I got to add to my collection. Feel free to comment what do you think about these 4 albums. I feel like, gosh, I don't know. Not everybody likes these artists, but I like a variety of artists and styles, so I'm all for it. So besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for liking it. Thank you to all my subscribers, and thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a good day.